Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fox Ridge Philately. It is Monday, September the 2nd. Here in Canada, it is Labor Day, so it is a holiday. However, when you're retired, I guess every day is a holiday anyway, which is a pretty nice way to be. And for the second episode, I thought it might be best just to kind of explain my name of the channel, Fox Ridge Philately, and therefore show you also my relatively small topical collection on foxes. I kind of pick away at it. If I see a stamp with a fox on it, I'll add it to my collection. I haven't been looking vigorously for specific stamps and issues to add. Occasionally I might see something and I would order that, but overall it's just whatever I happen to come across in my collection, or I've got a philatelic friend who has been sending me foxes on stamps as he happens to see them too, which is appreciated. So Fox Ridge Philately. My previous life, my wife and I, she's since passed away. She passed away just under 2 years ago from cancer. But in our previous life, we had a working farm called Fox Ridge Farms. And my actual career, though, was in teaching, education. I taught for a number of years and was in administration, became a principal before flipping back to the classroom. But we also ran a farm, and that was her full-time career and job. It was a poultry farm here in Nova Scotia on the east coast of Canada. And Fox Ridge Philately, Fox Ridge Farms was a name that we had decided upon when it became incorporated. It just had a nice ring to it, Fox Ridge Farms, and we both like foxes, and her passion, it was always horses, and specifically fox hunting on horses. And think of the traditional English fox hunting, but without any harm actually coming to any animals, because they never hunted live foxes. Typically it was it's called a drag hunt. So there'd be a scent that was laid down and the horses and the hounds would be following the scent itself. So from there, the name kind of came about for Fox Ridge Farms. And then when I started the Instagram and Facebook pages, which I still run, I was kind of looking for a catchy name too. And Fox Ridge Philately just had a nice alliterative ring to it. And I just asked her permission, it was okay to do so. She said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So it's been Fox Ridge Philately since then. That was a few years ago since I started that. So continuing that here with the YouTube channel. So therefore, as a result too, I have the topical collection of foxes on stamps. And who doesn't love foxes? They're beautiful creatures, very smart, very inventive, and very pretty. And here in our area, we do have foxes, and the population of foxes has arguably gone up in the last handful of years. So they're becoming fairly common. We have them in our neighborhood here. The red foxes, that is. And these stamps, of course, from around the world have various foxes on them. Here you can see, and if I can bring this up a little closer, you can maybe get a better image of it. You have some foxes on stamps from right here in Canada. You might see it says United States. Well, in Canada, issues are based on 3 different rates. There's the Canadian domestic rate, and the rate for the United States, which these are, and then there's an international rate as well. So a little booklet of the foxes there on the stamps. Excuse me for a moment. Try to slide those back in. And you can see a sheet here, also from Canada, and it has a fox on it. And these were photography winners, so wildlife photography of the year, and images that were chosen for stamps. And the domestic rate at the time was 57 cents. So that's a handful of years ago now. Honestly, I'd have to check the date on that. And another sheet down here with endangered species, and it shows a swift fox, which we do not have in this area that I'm aware of. We just have the red foxes. And then other smattering of stamps, kind of like this Finland one here. Cute little guy. Let's see if we can get that to focus a bit. And we flip the page. I'm going backwards in this stock book because the front of the stock book actually has collection of horses on stamps, which I started, but I'm not sure quite what to do with yet, because I said, I think in my previous video, that there are thousands and thousands of stamps with horses on them. So I may try to get a little more specific with that at some point. One of my philatelic friends in the States, yes, had sent me this. Actually, a couple of folks had sent me one of these, which is really, really nice, and showing the red fox and the sheet. So these are U.S. permanent. Well, in the U.S. they call them forever stamps. Here in Canada we call them permanent stamps. Although there is a rate on that, my apologies, of 40 cents. And various others. Here's one of Ireland. I have a collection of Irish stamps too, in Davo albums. And on the next page, see the first day of issues. These were sent from a friend in the US, and another sheet there, as well as the Irish stamps. I'll slide that back in. And these were all sent through to me as well last October 2023. So nice to add to the collection. Maybe someday I'll work on an exhibit. I haven't taken the time to do that. And don't know if I have the confidence yet. I certainly don't have the knowledge or really the inventory to make a strong exhibit either. I really like this one, this first day of issue, Swamp Fox, Frances Marion. I remember watching Disney as a kid back in the 70s, and I still remember that song, Swamp Fox, referring to Frances Marion, Swamp Fox Frances Marion, 1782, during the American Revolution, canceled in Marion, South Carolina, in 1982, 200 years later. And a couple other first day of issues and a few other stamps here and there. And Christmas seals, not true stamps, Cinderellas, American tradition since 1958, but it does have the fox on it. And some Hungarian stamps with the cartoons. Up top, there's a number of Ethiopian stamps. Another first day of issue, Tallahassee, Florida, the stamp here. And Desert Fox, quite a nice one here. From Yemen, People's Republic of Yemen. Another one hiding behind. Oh, I guess that's just the back, or the insert perhaps, for that first day of issue. Try to be careful. And France had recently issued this set. Fox in French is renard. We have out front in our front garden a little statue of a fox, so we've called him Renard, French for fox. And nice set of stamps here, issued by France. I'm just keeping them tucked away here in the stock book for now. And another first day of issue, canceled in Washington in 1998, a couple of Japanese. And then my friend Art had also sent these through to me too. One from Grenadines, Fox and the Geese from Brothers Grimm. And I quite like this one, Antigua and Barbuda, the bat-eared fox. So I said, just a small collection of foxes, and as I find more to add, I slide them in there, and who knows if I'll do something with them other than that someday. And then in the front is just this random, and in no particular order really, is the random collection of horses on stamps. And I could go through those a little more slowly at some point if you wish, but there's lots of things I could show you from time to time. And the horses really, because of the time, as I said, my wife was a passionate equestrian, so it's kind of in tribute to her, and I've continued that, but not in any great fashion in terms of mad collecting of horses. It is pretty easy to collect horses on stamps, and my current partner happens to also be a passionate equestrian. Just complete coincidence. I really like that one. But yeah, just a quick flip through here of some of the horses on stamps, as you get a sense of some of some of what's on here. So one option might be for me too with these is to combine them a little bit and have fox hunting, have a fox hunting topical collection, which could involve horses or foxes or hunts, or anything that's related to that whole industry perhaps. And more stamps from France there that I recently picked up. So a quick episode explaining the name Fox Ridge Philately and a little bit of the topical collection of foxes. And topicals are great. You can collect anything you want. You can collect them however you want. I do have the fox list from the American Topical Association, ATA, which I am a member of. And if you're not, you may want to check that out too. They do a lot of good work. And so they did a great journal too. Lots of information in there with every issue. Is always something of interest. Next episode, I'll move on to something that might be a little more relevant as opposed to topical. Perhaps we'll just take a poke at a country or two that I've got kicking around here that I've been working on. Hope things are well with you and your stamp collecting's going well. Enjoy your day.